So for all those who don't know, today's session is
DMart,
basically
definitely.
seeing through one's handwriting. And our facilitator this evening is Miss Leena Soneja. Well, she's the founder of Empowering Human Lives. She is an international NLP trainer, a handwriting analyst, and also an educationist. She's been with teenagers in schools, adults in colleges, and also worked with professionals at the corporate level for more than a decade. She studied various behavior patterns, thinking patterns, and personality characteristics. And today she's going to share with us some deep secrets about what our handwriting can do for us and how we can change our lives in order to be a much, much better person. So, Lena, this is Elroy Gonsalves now handing over the session to you. Please begin with the session.
Thank you, Elroy, for this warm introduction. And let me take this
Hear
opportunity.
you, Lena?
You're able to hear me?
Okay.
Hello?
Yes. Hello.
It's not audible. It's not audible. Little you need to increase your volume.
You're able to hear me now?
Can you take off the headphones? It might work better.
Yeah. You're able to hear me now?
Yeah, much better.
Perfect.
Yeah. Thank you, Elroy, for this warm welcome and introduction. And
Our
thank
pleasure.
you. Let me take this opportunity to
Thank
say
you.
thank you to Asif also and to Elroy for giving me this platform to come and share my knowledge on handwriting analysis. And guys, we are going to have a wonderful time because we all are going to do our own signature analysis. And from my experiences, I can say that whenever I conduct sessions,
Ma'am, you are in mute. Hello?
Hello.
yeah,
You are not audible. Okay.
Hello?
Yes.
yeah. One request, please, guys, mute yourself. Then only you'll be able to hear me because, anyways, my voice is little soft. So, thank you. Okay, I'll begin my session by sharing my screen. And initially, we will be having a small quiz, seeing the handwriting, and then you will be telling me something about it. And then we will go further deep into handwriting and signatures. I hope you are sitting with pen and paper because that will be required. So let me share my screen. You all are able to see the screen? Guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah, thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
Okay, a brief introduction.
Can you zoom it in?
Hello?
Wait. She'll put it on PowerPoint mode. Wait.
I will put it.
Put it on
And
the
you have
full
to
screen.
change to presentation mode. Please go down in the same screen. You will see the presentation mode.
We can increase the size from our end also.
Yeah, just go
Okay.
down.
Ah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
it.
good. Perfect.
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 Okay, a brief introduction about myself I will give before I begin the session. So I'm founder of Empowering Human Lives. It's my company. I'm international NLP trainer and certified handwriting analyst. Author of 2 books, Make Your Signature Your Autograph and Anxiety to Excitement, which is available on the Amazon. And I've created my own online courses as well, depending upon the NLP that I have done. And the podcast series also I'm doing. So when you go to leenasoneja.com, you will get all information about me. Okay. Let me ask you a question over here. When you see these 2 handwritings, and when I ask you, what do you feel? Who is the life of the party? Which handwriting you will choose, or which person rather you will choose?
The left
Left
one.
The left hand side.
Sorry, Johnny. Whatever. Parathi,
The
I think
left one, right? The left one, right?
The left hand side.
Yes.
Left hand.
Party
Right.
person.
What made you choose that?
It looks a person who's very careless and written so fastly. Maybe he's in a hurry. and the right hand side looks very perfectionist. Maybe I'm wrong. Who think and write, whatever think and talk.
Do you know something about handwriting?
Uh, I'm a trainer, so I attend very long back before, or maybe a couple of years before a workshop. Maybe I'm wrong. The observation I have, so that observation I'm using here. So
Okay, may I know your good name, sir?
my name is Ronald Patrick.
Okay, okay, because video is not on, so I can't guess who is talking. So. Okay. Yes, Ronald, what you said is correct. The left handwriting speaks a lot about the person, as the handwriting is big and the person looks lively, careless as you told, and the other person writes very small, maybe a very introvert person or the person who likes to be with himself. So that is right. See, without seeing the person, you are able to identify whether you should go with this person for the party or not. Isn't it amazing?
Yes.
Awesome.
Okay, one more. Okay, see this handwriting. It's wonderful, right? Okay. When you see this handwriting, do you think, would you date this person? Or would
No.
you give
Never,
your
ma'am.
child to this person if he or she is a babysitter?
Never, ma'am. Actually, it's not at all legible. It's not
is
readable at all.
It is not
The
at all
person-
readable.
The person doesn't look very responsible person. It's look, yeah, as we meant.
The person doesn't look responsible. What else?
Very confused. Also this, writing is not very clear. Gives me an idea that the person is also very complicated in his thoughts. Must be busy in himself or herself.
Yeah.
Must be very
He is so confusing.
Doesn't have clarity. Absolutely. The person looks very confused. Yeah, very messy, very confused, very with himself. And if I tell you the background of this person, you all will be actually shocked. This person is a killer. And he is in Arizona jail because of the killings that he has done, the rape cases he has done. So from the handwriting, we can make out the entire personality of the person. And if we know the handwriting, if we can get the handwriting, you can actually read the entire person's mind as well. Awesome, guys. You are rocking. Okay, one more. Now here are the handwriting of two famous artists. And one is feeling upbeat and another is feeling down. Now, which artist is feeling down and which artist is feeling up? Up in the sense,
B1.
A feeling downward and B feeling upward.
A feeling downward and B feeling upward. Okay. Excuse me.
Yeah,
Why do you feel that A is feeling down?
His writing is not straight. It is going down the paper.
It's going downward.
And somewhere he's writing in capitals. So he's not consistent into his writing, I suppose. But and B is more into flow. So that person is very, concrete into his thought process and all.
So basically, you are saying that the handwriting is going down. A handwriting is going down, and B's handwriting is going little up, and he looks more positive. Is it? Is it, guys? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So yes, when the handwriting starts going down, that means, see, you relate it with the body language. Like when you're feeling down, how the expressions and how the body language will be. We will be feeling loose. We will sit down. We will not get interested in doing anything. And when we are feeling good, positive, our body language also changes, right? So handwriting is very closely related with the body language as well. Exactly. The A writing is of Venice. You have heard the name of Venice, very famous artist.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and I suppose if you know the history about the background about Venice, he was able to sell only one painting in 35 years and he committed suicide after that. This is one alerting sign in the handwriting. When the handwriting starts going down, it's an alerting signal for parents, for friends, for relatives, for anyone you come across. And if you see the handwriting is going down, that means the person is going through something very difficult in his life. He's not able to maybe express, he's not able to handle a situation and is feeling depressed. So this is one sign where you can make out when the person is feeling down and he needs support. And the other handwriting is of the very famous painter. Can you guess?
Picasso.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Is it Farida?
Yeah.
Wow, thank you.
Welcome.
Okay.
Lina, I wanted to ask you one thing. Now, when you're saying this, the handwriting is going down, and that's why you feel that person is not in his right moods and all. But because it's a, not lined paper. Now, suppose if it is writing in a lined paper, where then how will you come to know? Because then he will not be drooping down.
Yeah, very good question, Farida. When the person is writing on the ruled paper, on the lined paper, then also you will see that the writing of the person is going below the line.
Okay.
Going below the line.
Okay.
Not on the line. Yeah.
Fine. Yeah.
You can pick up from the letters as well. Any letter going down below, consistently below the line, that's a signal.
Lina, one more doubt I have, not only based on the handwriting. I can see the content also, it has some good words in it. As soon as we see, we can see achieve, something like have mercy and love time now or something like that. So some good words are there, or a person has a concern on something, or care for somebody or something like that. Achieve, I must seek truth in all things. Will the content also count upon?
Actually, when we do handwriting analysis, I being a certified handwriting analyst, I read the content only when I have a lot of doubts in my mind to understand the person. Otherwise, I don't focus on the content absolutely. I just go by strokes.
Okay, fine.
But when I have to identify, like I have to go very deep and find out if the person is really lying or going through something very tough, then I read the content. Otherwise, strokes are enough for us to identify what is going on in the mind.
Great. Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Okay, so what is handwriting analysis? Basically, it depicts the thinking patterns, emotional state of the person, and it also identifies the dark, deep issues in the subconscious mind. So basically, it is nothing but we identify the entire personality of the person. When the person writes on the paper, we come to know everything about the person. Even if I haven't interacted with the person any time in my life, I see the handwriting and I can tell you a lot of personality traits about the person. So it's an amazing scientific proven tool we have got in our hands that amazingly works to identify the person. And it is very, very helpful when you are dealing with your children. So please mute yourself.
I think Ram Katwani, the cam is on. Hope you are aware of it.
Yeah, shall I proceed? This is clear, I believe. Or you want to ask me more about handwriting analysis? I'll proceed. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So how can we depict the personality of the handwriting? Why do we say that handwriting is brain writing? And how does it tell so much about our subconscious mind? Handwriting is brain writing. Why do we say that? Because when the person is communicating through words, verbal communication, in our mind, 15 to 20% of the neurons are activated. Whereas when the person is writing, 90% of the brain cells.
Ma'am, can you please mute all?
Yeah,
people are not moving.
Ram Katwani, your video cam is on. Kamlesh, your cam is on.
No, madam. No, no, madam. I have no, madam. I have closed video.
Ram Katwani,
I
we
have
can
closed
see
video,
your
madam.
video cam.
Huh?
Yeah, shall I proceed? Elroy,
Yes, please.
can you
Let's
please
begin.
take care of this?
So please begin,
Yeah.
Lina.
Yeah. So I was telling that when you're writing, when the writing takes place, 90% of the neurons are activated. More than what we talk, writing works a lot. And how? What happens in our subconscious mind? Our subconscious mind is giving orders. Mind is giving order to hand to write, and it impulse the impulse that is created in our hand by writing creates neural pathways in our minds. If you can recall your childhood, or if you see your own children or grandchildren, teachers tell them to write in the school. There has to be a logic behind everything that we do, right? So writing also has a logic behind it. It works on our subconscious mind. It creates neural pathways in our mind. That is the reason we write. And we say that being analyst, I always prefer that write in cursive, because cursive is showing connectivity. Cursive brings connectivity in your thoughts, in your personality. Today, people have become, the human touch has gone less. Why? Because we have gone on print. We block print. And if you see the block print, if I write block print Lina, all the letters will be separated. For me, one letter, as an analyst, one letter is one person standing in front of me. So L is here, E is here, E is here. All the humans, all the people are standing separate. And when I write cursive, all are joined together. Connection is there. So we always, when I give graphotherapy as a solution to my all the clients, I always tell them, please practice cursive. Please practice cursive. And I will suggest the same thing here. Don't stop writing, because if you stop writing, the neurons, the neural pathways will not be created. They will not be active.
I have a question here, Lina.
Yeah.
My question is, some people write both the ways. They will start writing cursive and then they will start writing, the letters will get separated.
Yeah.
So
we can say they have a multi-personality or two personalities. They like to be connected, but at times there are times in their lives where they feel they want, they need their own space.
Okay, thank you.
There are certain things they don't want to reveal.
Madam, what about a person writing in Hindi language?
Hindi also, I see the strokes only. So whatever is applicable in English as a language is applicable in Hindi.
Ma'am, can you please explain a little bit about what is cursive writing?
Cursive writing is the joint writing that we have.
Okay.
We join all the letters, no?
Running
letters. Running letters, yes.
Yeah, but then if we write in any other language, say Indian languages, we cannot write in cursive.
Yes,
then
but
how
today
about
I
the
am
connection?
yeah, correct. I am focusing, I am talking about English language and Latin languages.
One question. Does the size of the alphabet matter?
Yes, I will come on that.
English language.
Okay.
One question, please.
Yeah.
Quite a few people from vernacular medium, even if they are writing in English, they don't write in cursive. So then how do we understand?
They don't write cursive. That's the issue, because they have been from the vernacular language and there they may not have practiced or they may not have learned. But then I do give a therapy where, I make them write in cursive. So you have to put a lot of efforts with them. Just make them practice.
Excuse me. Ma'am, one doubt came in my mind. For example, maybe this question can be a little bit stupid. As people started writing from the top of the paper, so their handwriting is beautiful. But once they are coming down, so because they are not getting any base to keep their palm, so their handwriting, their words become a little bit different. So then there is a how we can identify?
There is an the answer is there in your question. Okay, they start writing nicely, everything,
Yeah, right.
and then coming down, their handwriting goes. You want to say it goes bad, or they are not able to focus, right?
Right.
Maybe patience is less.
Yes.
Various
Excuse
factors
me.
affect here.
Excuse me. What is writing with the hand benefits or typing is good?
No, typing.
Like nowadays, people are using their digital pens and all those. Is it good or that?
No,
like-
no. I'm running my online 30-day program in which journaling has been focused like anything. Do journaling. Even if you're going digital, no problem. Whole day you're working on the computer, no problem. But in the morning or whenever you get time, please journal and write. Do not leave writing because it really disturbs your neurons in the mind. Typing
Hi,
will
Amit.
not absolutely help.
So writing by hand, it's we learn also very fast. Is it a?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sonaji, to answer you, I would like to support the madam's answer. She is absolutely right. Wherein, while writing through the hand, we uses our special neurons of the brain, and
Yes.
it is actually called also as a brain gym, and that is very useful. Very useful.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir.
There are various factors affecting here. Yeah, like acupressure comes there, finger movements come there, and it is not only one handwriting. It is about sometimes it is ambidextrovert. That is two handwriting. So it is a very deep topic. We would like
So
to hear more from madam.
some kids are there, no, that they want willing to write. So how to encourage
Yeah,
them?
that was my
Ma'am,
question
can we take
actually.
question answers at the
Yeah,
end?
Yeah, that will be
can
better.
we-
Let me finish this first, then we will discuss all this in detail. Or we can have one more session, I think.
So
Actually,
can
it
you
would be
just please
better if we
answer
could
for
put it in the
this?
chat.
Excuse me.
Put in chat.
Which question, ma'am?
Excuse me.
Actually, many kids are not willing to write. Means they don't like writing much. So how we can build or how we can boost them or how we can guide them?
Ma'am, actually, when I was working with children, I used to make them understand why they have to write and how handwriting creates their personality. So a lot of things you have to discuss with them. If they write, what will happen? If they don't write, what will happen? And all the time, see, positive affirmations work wonderful in this with children.
Ma'am, can I say something
Yeah,
for this query? In a very small thing, children don't listen us. They influence. They just copy us.
They just copy, yes. So basically, children, if you see, they learn lot of things from observation. And this I have understood from my own child as well. Because I am handwriting analyst, we do journaling every morning, me and my husband and people around us, we all actually are into writing. And that's the change I've seen in my child. He never says that I'm not interested in writing or I don't want to write. So basically, when you make your own habits, they follow that, they see that, they observe that, and then they also do the same thing. So that is one thing.
Miss Leena,
Yes.
can I make a request?
Yes, please.
I would request all the participants to write their questions in the Q&A section and please answer these questions at the end of the session. Otherwise, we might miss something very important that you're offering.
Actually, yes, in the session, there are things which are...
Something. Am I audible? Hello.
Yes.
Can I begin with? Can I proceed?
I was saying the same thing कि पहले जो है आप जो अपने content जो भी है वो आप बता दो, then after that everyone will ask their questions. That will be more better. Thank you.
Yeah. So that's the reason why we say handwriting is brain writing, because whatever you write, whatever is going on inside, it comes on the paper, and the paper, I mean, handwriting speaks volume about the person. Okay, when I say handwriting, what handwriting reveals, what you come to know from the handwriting and from where you can identify. So there are various zones that we see when we are taking the handwriting. There are slants. Now slant is the writing, the direction of the writing where it is going. In Indian schools, if you have seen, we write in a very vertical straight manners. in Western schools, as they are writing more towards right, either vertical or right. Now nobody teaches us to go left, right? But I'm sure you must have seen people writing backward as well. The slant is going backward. Nobody teaches in the school. We all are learning the same way to write, but people all go backward. Now when you go backward, that means you're living in the past. People who are going forward, showing forward slant, they are moving forward in life. They are futuristic. Whereas people who have this slant like this, there are 3 slants, like this, and like this. If you see the letters, the directions you will come to know from the slants. This is vertical, this is left, and this is going towards right. So slant is one aspect where I can make out how the person is. If it is going left, then the person is introvert, or maybe facing some issues, doesn't want to come out of the past, and so many things. Then there are different zones: upper zone, middle zone, and lower zone. That is another aspect I take care. Then you can identify intelligence level also of the person, whether the person is slow learner, cumulative thinker, very fast thinker, or is analytical. We also come to know about the emotions, how expressive you are. From the handwriting, we can make out that. And the pressure, how much pressure you put on the paper. Are you a light writer, medium writer, or heavy writer? Then what are the fears and defense mechanisms that you're using? We carry a lot of fears inside us. Our personality has fears that can be identified from the handwriting, and because we have fears, we use certain defense mechanisms like temper, sarcasm. These are defense mechanisms that we are using. These are being used because we are holding fears inside. And there are many fears, like sensitive to criticism is one fear. Self-consciousness, feeling ridiculed, that is another fear. So we have a lot of fears inside. Low self-esteem, that is also fear. To cover that, we use a lot of self-defense mechanisms. That also we can identify. We can also identify physical drives. How much interested you are in exercise, in traveling, what is your, how is your sex life, how materialistic you are, everything you come to know, more than 100 personality traits. And even the size also matters. Are you writing small? Are you writing big? Are you writing medium? So these are different aspects which we study in the handwriting. We can also identify roadblocks to success. Is it something stopping you to get the success? That also can be identified from the handwriting. We also identify suicidal tendencies and criminal tendencies. In fact, I would like to share over here that I am on the advisory board of one of the suicidal committee in India, and we have done 1 hour video session with them to make them understand how you can identify suicidal tendencies from the handwriting and how many lives you can save if you know that. So there are many traits that you can identify, like the person is very stubborn, argumentative, is very shy, very talkative, very sensitive to criticism, or is very focused, concentrated, or has absolutely no focus, has low self-esteem. How is the person in sports or academic performance? Is the person lying, or is he secretive? Is he able to control his temper? Has he got self-control, or he will shout out anytime? Many things you can come to know from this. Okay. What you cannot tell from handwriting is one very important aspect, because when I take the handwriting, I do ask, and I do get these queries also. Like, there is no need to, I mean, the handwriting will not tell you the person's age. It cannot tell me the gender, because there are male people who write like females, and there are females who may write like males. So we do not go into gender, we do not go into race to identify the race, we do not go into nationality. Basically, the physical attributes, you cannot make it out from the handwriting, and that is not preferred also. And legally also, it's not advisable to get into it, because we are reading the subconscious mind of the person. Okay, now here comes a very important aspect that we need to understand, that there is a difference between handwriting analysis and signature analysis. Now today's session is focusing on signature analysis. Handwriting is handwriting analysis is different than signature analysis. Why? Because signature is your public personality, the personality that you want to show to the people. It may not be your actual personality. And when I do the signature analysis, I always tell them, please give me your handwriting also, because I have to do the entire analysis of the person, which signature alone may not be able to help me out. But if I have to tell whether you have got the success traits in your signature, or you have got unwanted or the traits that can be avoidable, which can become a hindrance to your success, that can be identified from the signature. So handwriting gives the entire personality of the person, whereas, and it identifies a lot of traits of the personality, whereas signature is your brand logo. That is the first impression that you're giving to the world, and it may be different than your handwriting. It may be same, but we cannot say unless we see the handwriting of the person, because it is the face. Signature is the face that the person is showing to the world outside. And when we show something to the world outside, it may not be the actual personality that I am from within. I may like to show something different, because I have to show, I have to create my image as it is my brand logo. However, it is important what you tell yourself and others, and that can be identified from the signature. And as I told, it is your brand logo and it is your first impression. Okay, so as this session is on signature, now there are three things that we are going to focus on. What your signature means to you and to others, which area of your life you want to change or improve, and where are you at the moment and where do you want to be. Now, why these questions? Because signature speaks a lot about the success traits as well. There are many success traits that can be incorporated in the signature, which will lead you towards your success, which can overcome the roadblocks of your success. So from signature analysis, we identify there are 10 health traits that people unknowingly use. They don't know that it is not good for their personality or not good for their life. There are 9 success traits that can be incorporated in the signature. There are 5 traits that are to be avoided, and there are many other traits that can be known from your signature. Or if you want, you can incorporate the other traits as well, which are beneficial. And you can avoid certain traits which are not good for your life. Okay. Here comes one more question, and we all need to brainstorm on this. So you guys need to unmute, because we need to identify what are the personality traits that we see in rich and successful people. So can you guys help me out to tell me the personality traits of rich and successful people?
Would it be better to put it on the chat, or do you want to have everyone speaking, Lina?
Sorry?
Would the chat be better, or you want them to talk? Because talking
No, I want them to talk actually.
Okay.
I think they can visualize.
Confident.
Confidence, okay.
Focus.
Focus.
Well
I think successful people are able to visualize things, what they dream for.
So good in visualization.
Visionary.
Basically,
Yeah.
I will put it as visionary.
Visionary, yeah.
Visionary.
Or I think they are organized also.
They are organized. Okay.
High level of perseverance.
Sorry?
High level of perseverance.
A good leader.
Perseverance. Okay.
Positivity.
High goal.
High goals. Yes.
Punctuality.
They're able to lead.
Punctuality.
I'm not
किसको खुद को लगा रही है पगले.
Consistency. Okay.
Time management.
Positive attitude and time management.
Okay.
Time management.
Wow, awesome, guys. What about determination?
Yes.
Very disciplined.
What about high self-esteem?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Confidence.
what about persistence?
Decision maker.
Self-awareness.
Yes.
As soon as
Self-awareness.
they don't get
His and
involved
her
into
job.
negative aspects, they don't
Yes.
encourage
Maker.
gossips, or they don't like to talk about rumors.
So that is basically their focus.
Are self-actualized.
Yeah. So see, you know so many personality traits which rich and successful people have. And now if I tell you that you may be having it in your signature, or you may incorporate all these traits that you have told me, will it not be amazing?
They are good reader also.
They are very good.
They are good reader.
Definitely.
Also
Definitely.
muted, Elroy. So, will it not be amazing if you can incorporate all the success traits in your own signature? It will be amazing, right?
Surely.
Yes, I know that. So, high self-esteem, persistence, self-confidence, determination, enthusiasm, integrity, honesty, optimism, strong physical drives, this all, and more than that, there are many successful traits that we can incorporate in our handwriting and in our signature. And once you incorporate and you practice it for 30 days, you can see the amazing change in your personality, and you can actually see the difference in your life. This I have seen from my clients, and I have got awesome feedback also. And I have seen that in my own family, in my own family members, my own child. I have seen lot of after putting all this into the practice, it has really made difference. Okay, let's analyze our signature. So my request to you all will be, take a pen and paper and do all the signatures that you have. Now, there are many people who have 2-3 signatures. So you can put all those 2-3 signatures on the paper and we will analyze it. I will be, today we will be discussing the traits that are to be avoided in your signature. So let's see, if you have those traits, then you have to avoid, and then we will go on to the signature makeover, your new signature. Yeah, so I just give 1 minute to take pen and paper and sign all your signatures.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
I have one question. You told that we have 3 slants, no? Vertical, horizontal, and
forward.
Forward. So, like right is for future.
Yes.
So how we will see left writing slant means vertical left. How it will go? Left means any person's writing.
Left means the person is living more in past.
Okay.
So,
So
we
but
will,
when we
can we keep the questions towards the end, please?
Okay.
Let's go ahead. By 8:30, we'll start with the Q&A.
Okay.
Oh,
Thank you.
very
Thank
less time. Okay. Yeah, just 1 minute to put all your signatures on the paper.
Done, ma'am. Completed.
And shall I proceed?
Yes.
Yes.
Please proceed.
Yeah. Okay. Now, see in your signature, do you strike through your signature? Now, there are 2 samples shown over here. First is completely striked. The other one, first 2 letters are striked off. Now, this says to me, when I see this signature, it tells me that the person hates himself or herself inside. Something is hurting, he doesn't like himself, and he is constantly telling, complaining, taking blames on himself or herself. And it is one more alert sign that the person may be feeling depressed or is pessimistic by nature. So if anyone is having this, please avoid it, stop it immediately, and you will be able to relate it to yourself. No need to share it to me because these are very, very personal things actually. So you just have to keep it to yourself and understand. Yeah? Okay. This is the first trait that you have to avoid. Now let's see the second one. The second one is circling or covering the name, which is known as camouflage. Yeah, we all know the meaning of camouflage, right? We are trying to cover ourselves. We are creating a boundary out of which we are not allowing ourselves to go. If you see the first sample, it is actually not O. It is actually V, Vishwas. But the first letter is completely closed. And the other one is also complete. The name entire has been covered. That means the person is having a problem making friends or has gone into his own shell. Maybe due to certain situations the person has faced in life, and now he doesn't want to open up. If he feels if he opens up, he may get hurt again. And so he has covered himself or herself with a boundary. But how long this boundary helps? Doesn't it puts the person into social isolation? And then from there, the person starts feeling depressed, doesn't share anything, and all the wrong things happen in their life. Because communication is the key to all the problems. If you don't communicate, this person will not communicate too much. He may not share what is going on within him because he has already created boundary in his mind. So this is also called a protective shield or protective boundary. Now, to some extent, you can say you want to protect yourself, but how long you want to protect? And if you're protecting yourself, overprotection is not good for anyone. It doesn't help. To get rid of the pain, you have to talk, you have to communicate, you have to share, you have to come out of that. And if you remain in that boundary internally starts killing you. And this shell is there because there is a fear. There is a fear of getting ridiculed, fear of not maybe the person feels he is not able, the people don't understand him. There are a lot of things going on in the mind which if he shares, he may get hurt, or he has already got hurt because of something and now he doesn't want to come out of that. So this is second trait that has to be avoided in the signature. Third one. Okay, a very small signature. What does it say? Now your handwriting is big, but you're signing it very small. Now what did I tell about the signature? Signature is your brand logo. Signature is the first impression that you're creating or you want to show to the world. So when you sign very small, it shows the opposite nature of what you are actually. It may show you are lacking self-confidence in day-to-day life, low self-esteem. You are not able to handle the issues outside. Internally, you are strong, but outside you're showing as if you are less capable of others. And this happens when you start comparing yourself with others. You can say kind of submissive personality. If you're writing big, but you're signing very small, that means you are trying to show to the world that you're timid by nature. But it is not actually, you are more than that. So this is the third that you have to avoid. If you're signing very small, make it big, at least to the size of the handwriting that you have. It should be bigger than that. That I will come in the signature makeover. Fourth, underlining backwards. Now we underline. Many people underline the name, right? This happens mostly with the people who are writing left, who are lefties. So it happens with the righties also, but this problem occurs more with the lefties. And it is very important to make them understand that please do not underline backwards. Because when you go backward, means you're going backward in your life. You're going backward in the past. You're not moving forward. Optimism is moving forward, is going upward. That's what we saw in the artist example also. Picasso, it is going up. That means we are moving towards future. So why we need to go back? We don't need to go back. Leave the past. Move forward. So this is the fourth one that you have to understand. Underlining backwards, you need to stop it. You need to underline. That is, when you are underlining, it says that you are self-reliant. You are self-dependent. You are confident. So when you want to bring that into your personality, you should underline it, but underline it towards future, towards forward. Don't go towards backward. Clear your issues with the past. That is very important. Okay. Scribbled or illegible signature. What happened in the earlier handwriting samples that I showed? One was very small, not clear, and the another one was absolutely not clear. Same is with the signature. If you do scribbling or you show illegible signatures, it tells me as a person, I don't know this person. How will I take the paper? Who has signed it? I can't read the name also. And that creates a question on the authenticity of the person. The more clear you are, the more clarity you have in your signature, the more clarity you have it here. The more scribbling, the more illegible signatures, the more clutter you have it in your mind. That means you are not clear from your mind. There is a lot of confusion going on. There is no transparency. I cannot trust. Maybe this is the sign of arrogance also. I don't want to show myself to you. This is what I am. Maybe less caring attitude for others. And often in hurry, people do it. In hurry, people do that. And the people who are sitting on the higher positions, like CEOs. Just, excuse me for 1 minute. I think somebody's moving. Sorry, guys. Yeah. So CEOs or the people who are sitting on the higher positions, or let's say accounting departments, they may be having the scribbling or illegible signatures. But even though you are sitting on whatever positions, scribbling will depict the same thing in your personality, and it will become your habit. It will become your habit, and all the clutters will go here. So if you want to bring transparency, if you want to show a caring attitude towards others, if you want to bring clarity, if you want to show people what you are, then you have to avoid scribbling or illegible signatures. Whatsoever, how many times you are signing in a day, but when we give therapy, we say that please come out of this scribbling. Okay, so these are the 5 traits that you have to avoid in your signature. And now, how you are going to do your signature makeover? What are the tips that you have to keep in mind and make your new signature that we will be seeing? Before that, I want to show you, this is the way we do the signature analysis. You know her, this lady, Saina Nehwal, we all know. She is a player. And amazingly, she is writing upwards. She's optimistic. She's underlining her signature. And the I dot that you see, that tells that she wants to be different. She has a desire to be different. And that's what we know about her. The sand is moving upward. The baseline is going up, underlining. Amazing signature of this lady. And we know that she is successful. There are success traits in her signature. David Beckham, football player, we know. See, the signature is going upward. And we know the Donald Trump also, how successful he is in handling America, and how how sharp the signature is, how fast thinking he is doing, how fastly he is writing, he's signing, and there is no clarity. And we know there is no clarity.
Excuse me, can you go a slide behind, please?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better. Just wanted to see it.
Yeah.
Fine, thanks.
Shall I proceed?
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Okay. This is Tendulkar's signature again. Yes, there is a cover over here on the T, and this cover here tells me that he has got lot of self-control, and because his position is like that, it has been incorporated in his signature. If you read his biography, you will come to know, you will be very well able to relate with the signature analysis that has been done, and this is available in the Google. You can read and you can identify. But yes, success traits are there. He underlines, He's going upward. He's very, very analytical, has got good pride and dignity. So all positive traits are there. Okay, now comes the interesting part where we are going to do our signature makeover. If you have got any of those avoiding traits, please avoid it. And let's see how can we redesign or make over our signature and can incorporate the success traits in our signature. So these are the tips that we have to keep in mind. So now you will do your signature, new signature with this.
If someone will do two lines below the signature, 2 lines below the signature, double lining below the signature.
2 lines below the signature means you are trying to show off too much of confidence. It may go into overconfidence.
Ma'am, some of the people use some dots below the line also.
Yes, so that indicates that show off. The person wants to show off a lot of things.
And what is the indication if there is no underline?
No underline means the person is dependent on others. He will not be able to take decision on his own. He needs support from others.
And ma'am, dots in between the initials?
Let me come finish this, then we will get into that. Because you need to do this over here. That's why I want to finish this first. Shall I? Yeah? Okay, so your new signature,
Yes.
what you will do? The first thing is you have to make it little tilted upwards because that is the sign of optimism. That is the sign of positiveness. So if you are signing straight, there is no harm in straight. But if you tilt it little bit, it gives optimism in your life. Second, underline your entire signature. Now here it does not, I am absolutely in if you are writing only your name or along with your name, you're writing your surname also. If you're writing your surname, that means that you care a lot about your family or whosoever surname you have incorporated and you are dependent on them and you like to be dependent on them. So there is no harm in writing the full name with the surname, but whatever you are writing in your name and surname, you have to underline it completely. Do not underline only your name or only the surname. The idea is underline the entire thing and the underline has to go in the forward direction. Another tip is make first letter 3 times bigger than the other letters. Like for example, if my name is Leena and I'm signing, then my L will be 3 times bigger than E-E-N-A. Now why? What is the reason behind it? Because the first letter indicates your ego. And we all need a healthy ego to portray ourselves in front of others. If I carry low self-esteem, I will not be able to show my actual personality or I will not be able to face the world. And if you have to face the world, you should have a high self-esteem, a good ego. I'm not saying vanity, going into too much of arrogance, no. But healthy ego is required to face the world. So first letter has to be 3 times bigger than your other letters. Now, this is because I'm writing only Leena, my L will be bigger. But if I am incorporating my Soneja surname also, then Soneja's S also has to be of the same height like L. L and S both have to be little bigger than the other 3 other letters in my writing. Okay. If possible, bring connectivity in signature. I always prefer that. Please connect all your letters. Please connect all your letters. That brings a lot of connectivity of thoughts in your mind. Make it clear, crisp, and challenge. And still, it will be challenging for anyone to copy. So do not have that fear that if I write Leena Soneja in a very connected way, people will be able to copy. I don't think so. Because your signature is your signature. Forgery happens, but that forgery is also, if you know document examiners, their work is to identify that forgery. But still, we say that go for clear and crisp because the more clarity you have, the more clarity you have here. And practice it for 30 days and you will see the change in your personality. Yeah, so I am done with my makeover signatures. In case if you want to show me your signature, you will have to send it across through email or WhatsApp, because it will be difficult to handle all the signatures over here. So either you can be in touch with me for that.
Ma'am, just one more question. Suppose if a person's name is something like Ashok Kumar Singh and he writes A.K.Singh, what does it denote?
No, that means we say that please do not go for any initials in your signature. Write the full signature. If it is what is the name? Ashish, what the name you told?
Means full name is Ashok Kumar Singh and he writes A.K.Singh.
A.K.Singh. That means he is giving importance only to Singh, not to Ashok, not to Kumar, not to Ashok Kumar at all. And you have to give importance to yourself. Once you start giving importance to yourself, then only you can give importance to others. So the entire name has to come. Whether you put Singh or no, whether I put Suneja or no, but my name has to have the importance.
Okay.
So, Leena, you mean to say that the whole name and surname both has to come?
If it is Farida Messiwala, then you have to write the entire signature Farida Messiwala.
Okay.
So
And now
if,
this, yeah.
And F and M have to be bigger.
And F, can it be a small f or it has to be a capital?
No, it has. Now it's a good question actually. It can be capital. Now there are different ways of writing F. If we want to incorporate organizational ability, then F has to be different. If you want to have a lot of good connectivity in your thoughts, then there is a different F we suggest. So what traits you want depends on that.
So if a person writes only first name and then title, like some person's name is Yash Mittal, why Mittal? Then what it suggests?
Why Mittal means again, no, the importance entirely has been given only to Mittal, not to Yash.
Ma'am, what about if the person is only writing his first name, not the right? Is there any harm in writing only one?
Absolutely no harm, no harm. That means the person is self-made actually. See, I write only Leena. I sign only Leena. So for me, I have always been more dependent on me only.
Actually, you said कि पूरा लिखने का मतलब a person should write the full name.
If you want to write your surname, if you want to incorporate your surname, or if you are writing your surname with your name, there is no harm in that. There is no harm.
Okay, Leena, hi Neela, if I write Darpana P Bajaj, Darpana dot P dot Bajaj, and D capital, P capital, and B capital, is it okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
But just, ma'am, just keep it in mind that bring connectivity in that. Darshana P Bajaj. So DPB has to be bigger than the other letters, and it has to go a little upward and the underline.
Yeah, they are capital. DPB is capital letter only. Okay, thank you.
Leena, but changing signature at this point of time will have to change in a bank signatures.
I will come to that. I will come to that. So
one more point, Leena ji, one more point I want to ask.
One question,
suppose if my name is Suresh, if I write S capital, then S is not connected with the rest of the letter. Is it okay? Initial letter is not connected with the rest of the letters.
So what is there? I mean, you are writing S separate.
No, suppose if I am writing Suresh, so my S is not connected to URSESH. So is it okay?
It is okay, but if you bring connectivity, that will be great.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Ma'am, two dots below the underline.
Yeah.
2 dots below the underline of
that is if you want to show off things more than what you have, then generally people see celebrities. If you know of celebrities, they generally have these 2 dots.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah.
For that question, ma'am, this is Amit. From the question of that 2 dots, I was just getting it connected with some of my readings. Please.
Guys, 1 minute. Can we please have one person speak at a time? I'm sure everybody will get an opportunity, because if we keep overriding others' questions, it becomes a little inconvenient.
Yes, madam. I'm from Bangalore. I write first name of my letter and I circle it with my father name. Then I continue to write my surname. In between my surname, M comes. Then I circle it with A. Then I write TH. Then I put an underline. with one dot.
Sir, circling in any of the letters is actually not preferred. So you must be circling because there may be your own reasons and there may be own reasons about the relationship with the person, with your father or whomsoever. So you need to overcome that. Just avoid that circling part. If it
Thank
is.
you, madam.
Okay, one more thing. Let me clarify over here that yes, there was a very valid question that now at this point of time, if we change our signature, we will have to go to the bank also. So whenever I give signature analysis sessions, I tell them that no need to go to the bank because how many times in a month you're going to the bank to sign? It's hardly one or two. So no need to change the bank signature. But whatever non-official documents you are signing, you can sign it with this new signature, with this new traits that you have understood, and practice it daily. Even if you're not signing it anywhere, just practice it in the morning for 10-15 minutes and just put it into practice by signing non-official documents and make it your habit. Even if you're sitting free, idle, doing nothing, just practice that signature. Even if that practice also will bring change in your personality. So it is not necessary that you have to go to the bank and change it. No need to do that. Just practice this new signature for yourself, just to bring the success traits, just to incorporate those success traits.
Hi ma'am, this is Monica from Ranchi.
Yes ma'am.
I want to know that if a person writes only initials of his or her name and surname, and the surname initial is overwriting on the person's first name, then what does it mean?
No, initials anyways are not preferred. So avoid putting initials because that again gives me, if I write like only LS, who is LS? I don't know. How will I trust? There is no transparency. I don't know this person and there is always an issue of creating trust. There is no transparency. And you do not want to show what you are. If you're writing only AS, that means you are not showing your personality. You're not coming up with your public personality and it cannot be your brand logo. Brand logo, just relate your signature with the brand logo. All the issues will be sorted out. So if you write only AS, it doesn't give any clarity. Initials are not.
Leena ma'am, if suppose, hello?
Yes.
If suppose the first initial is written in a, suppose Hindi language, like Mu, and other rest of the name is written in English. So what does it denote?
Nothing. You're writing in two languages, right? But of
Yeah.
course, I have to see the stroke that you are making it in Hindi. So unless I see, I will not comment anything.
Ma'am, another question. Like when I signed, my name is Shivani. So I signed with S. S is bigger than other letters, and the S is so big that it covers the other letters as well. So is that incorrect?
So covers means how does it covers?
Like the S is big, so the upper part of it is so big, so that HIVA, it covers them, as in the line of the S.
Is it going inside the S?
No, so it doesn't cover them, as in it forms like an upper line over them.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
So that is fine. That I don't need to change.
No.
Okay. Thank you.
Hi,
Ma'am, I have one
question. I have a question. What does it mean if all the letters are same size?
All the letters are of the same size means you need, that's what I told, no? First letter has to be bigger because you need to have a good, healthy ego to face the world.
Then rest two are okay.
Excuse me, Leena ma'am.
I have a question.
Sorry?
No, I was saying I have a question. When I sign my name, I put my name is Hema Bajaj. So H and then the B overlaps the H and then there's my surname which goes. So is that correct or?
No. Bring clarity between both Hema and Bajaj.
Okay.
My name is Niyati.
Yeah, so H has to be separate, B has to be separate, and do not, what do we say, that don't mix up the letters with each other, because that again creates confusion in the mind.
Okay, thank you.
Neena ma'am, my
ma'am,
name
this
is Niyati,
Yeah.
and when I write my name, see there is no connectivity between N, because if I have to get connectivity with I, N, I, Y, A, then you know N anyways goes up. The stroke of N goes up. So there is no connectivity between N and the further letters.
Next is I, right?
Right.
Yeah, Niyati, right? And I.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So when you finish your N upwards, yeah, the same stroke comes down, and then you can connect your I. And when you connect this I, when you are connect very soft curve, when you make on I, it gives one more stroke over there, and that stroke is desire to acquire things. This is a good trick, I feel, if you want to incorporate.
Okay. Okay.
Ma'am,
So the
one
N
question
comes
I
down
have.
to the dot.
Hello.
Hi ma'am, this
One
is
thing I
Ron.
want to ask. Actually, I want to ask one thing. I'm while signing, I go back and then I come forward in line to upwards.
Where are you going? Where you do you
पीछे
go?
पीछे
I mean,
खींच
when you
के
finish
वापस
your
आगे लेती
signature,
हूँ.
you're coming back.
तो my name.
You finish your name and then you come go back.
हाँ, come back.
Forward.
Yeah, in cursive form, I make my signature. Then I have a habit of pulling the back line and going front again.
Yeah. So if you can avoid, if you can stop at the end and then make an underline, separate underline, that will be good. Anyways, if you're doing that, I will just share the meaning of that. What does that mean? When you're going back and when you're coming forward,
Yeah,
that
means
shows
I
your
keep the line attached like Seema. So A, and then I drag it back and then I go forward again.
So what happens in this, when you are pulling yourself back and then you're moving forward, it means you are having consistent, or you are having persistence in your personality. You do not leave the things. You definitely go back, or you may have a setback for some time. You may stop for some time, but then again you will push yourself and you will move forward. But there is some pain involved in that. When you go back, means you're going back to reflect something, to see something, to take some learning experiences from there, and then you are moving forward. But every time it may not be helpful. So after stopping at A, don't go back. Stop yourself and make a forward line.
Hi ma'am, this is Ronald.
Hello.
I just have.
Separately, I will drag.
Yes, just stop at A, don't go back, and make a forward underline.
Okay, thank you so much.
Welcome.
Hi, this is Ronald.
Hi, Ronald.
So I just want to clarify my understanding. So what the signature said, for example, like if your signature, for example, in my case, like Ronald Patrick. So if I'm using only letter R dot Patrick, which means I'm not giving importance to myself, I'm giving importance more to my family members. Correct me if I'm wrong, ma'am.
Surname, yeah.
Yeah, so R dot Patrick, and I do underline the entire letter. So instead of R dot Patrick, I should practice Ronald dot Patrick and underline the entire name, correct?
Ronald dot, why do we need dot over there?
Okay.
Dot is not required. See, when you're putting the dot, wherever, in the middle or in the end, it means that at the end, if you're putting a dot, means you are telling that, okay, I have told what has to be done. Finish. I don't want to listen.
Okay.
So you can write Ronald Patrick full, no full stop in between, and then underline.
Okay.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Repeat your last statement.
Sorry?
Can you please repeat your last statement, putting the dot?
Yeah, so when you're putting dot in between or when you're putting dot at the end, it says that you are telling as if I have told my words. Enough. I don't want to listen to anything. This is the final word I'm telling.
So
So it shows a lot of authority. It shows a lot of dominant characteristics. If it is required, it is not.
Hello. Hi, ma'am. Hi, ma'am. This is Hira here. Hello.
Yes.
Just
hi, ma'am. So I am currently signing. I have two signatures. So I mean, there's no one fixed signature. I'm using a signature with my maiden name, not my married name. So one signature that I have currently is with my name. Okay, so my name is Hira. My maiden name is Hira. So I am using H, and in a sliding way going upwards. So Hira, H is capital and the other letters are small, and there's an underline below. And there's one more signature which has my maiden surname and my maiden name. Again, my maiden surname, the signature begins the first letter with capital, and both the letters both the words goes towards upward, and there's an underline below. So suppose my name is Hira. So there's Hira H in capital and ERA, and there's a dash below.
Okay. So there's a dash between.
Underline below, sorry, not a dash. There's an underline below. It's underline below.
So which signature you are using more often?
More often, I'm using only with my name.
Yeah, so I don't think there is any change to be done in that. You just need to see the first letter size, how big it is than the other letters. Is connectivity there in your signature?
Sorry,
is connectivity?
No.
Are the all letters connected?
Connectivity. The letters are separated. So in the
If you
word.
connected, you will feel the change.
Ma'am,
Hello.
ma'am, I have a question.
Yeah.
When I do my signature, I write it very clear, but then I write K separately. Once my signature is done, then I write K.
So, what is this K actually?
कौन सा ज्यादा यूज करते हैं तेरा ये ठीक ही है
Ma'am, are you there? What is that K in that your signature?
Kumari, ma'am.
That's Kumari, is it?
Yeah.
Hi, Lina, it's Kumari.
Okay. So, what's your name, ma'am?
Veena Kumari Jain.
Veena Kumari. So you write Veena and then you write K.
Yeah, I write my full name. So Veena, I write full, and then I don't write K, Kumari and Jain clearly, but then I tend to write K separately. You know, I kind of overwrite it.
Yeah. So now there are two suggestions in this. There are two suggestions in this. One is either you write Kumari or you remove K from it. Because any of the initials are not preferred in the signature.
Okay, sure, ma'am.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Ma'am, this is Kashmira. Hello.
Yeah. Tell me.
Ma'am, actually my name is Kashmira and I sign as Kashmira. And the K stroke goes upwards and the last A, the stroke also goes upward. And then I put a line down under my signature and 2 dots. But I just wanted to say that when I write K, at times my K is like, actually it goes like V when I continuously try to sign it. So is it okay, or I need to break my K, because I've come to know that you should not break your signature.
The thing is, I will have to see your K because K resembles to a lot of things. Like now, the way you write K, you may have a blind persistence in your K that I need to see. And the way you told me that A is also going upwards. So how upward it is going? Because if A is going upward, it may say that you're looking for attention or maybe something else. So I need to see that. Without seeing, I will not comment at the moment anything for that.
Okay, fine.
Hello.
So I will post it on your personal window, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you.
Hello. Ma'am, if we write first letter bigger and write the less.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yes.
If we write our first letter bigger and rest letter inside the first letter, what it means?
So that means you're covering, no, with the first letter.
Yeah.
So it is not good.
Okay, ma'am.
So, ma'am, just want to add, this is Ronald again. So just want to add what you said. So for example, if you're writing a full name, like for example, in my case, R should be bigger and ONALD is a smaller, and P again should be a bigger letter, and remaining a small. So between Ronald and Patrick, there should be a space in between, or there should be continuation.
No, there has to be a space between. There has to be a space between your name and your surname.
Okay, okay, and one underline. That's it.
Yeah, one underline.
Thank you.
Can I ask you?
Hello.
Yes.
Ma'am, I have this question. This is about more about handwriting. Like when I write, so generally I write fast, so my lines are generally above the line. So does it indicate something?
Yeah, it indicates. I think Elroy, we can have a separate session on handwriting analysis because that's a very in-depth thing.
Okay.
So, ma'am, we can address it there.
Okay.
Lena, this is Farida here again.
Yeah, Farida.
Okay, now Lena, if I was trying to practice my surname with this my name, Farida, okay? And how do I connect my F to a A? Because if I'm writing in a capital, how will I be able to connect?
So if you're writing capital, the below line of F can be very, with a very smooth curve, it can be connected with A, right?
And it will break the flow, right?
No, it will just come back the F that you're making.
Okay.
Come back with that F down and then connect it with A with a very soft curve. Don't make it a liner like this because that again will put you into resentment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so just a small curve.
Yeah, small curve. It has to be very smooth curve.
Hello, hi ma'am, Ritu this side.
Yes, Ritu.
मैम आई हैव अ क्वेश्चन कि हमें जो है साइन के लिए कुछ कलर भी होना चाहिए कि ब्लू पेन से करने हैं या ब्लैक पेन से करने हैं, रेड पेन से करने हैं, समथिंग लाइक दैट.
होता है बट आई डोंट गो इनटू ऑल दोस. सो आप जो भी पेन से साइन करें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, कोई भी कलर से.
Madam,
I have one question.
Will you please explain the numbers of dots below the line and above the line? Because most of signature I have seen, they stripe it out, give a stroke, and some are with below the stroke 1 dot, 2 dot, 3 dots, or at the end of stroke there will be a 1, 2, 3 dots. Some are placing above the signature dots. Will you please give a highlights on this one, please?
Yes, absolutely. So regarding the dots, I will say that if you want to show more than what your personality is, you can have 1 dot or 2 dot below the line, underline. But I will not suggest that you put a full stop at the end of your signature. Not at the end of your signature. If you want, you can put it below your underline, but don't put it next to your signature where it ends.
Thank you.
Lina ji, with your permission, I would like to add to his answer that when we are doing the dots below the lines in our signature, there has got another meaning, and that is the incidents. Those bad or highly emotional incidents happened in our life, maybe the demise of near one, and that comes as a dot. So that is the other school of learning for the signature therapy. So there are various different learnings. So that this gentleman who has asked the question, if he personally has got some incidents in his life and he want to come out of those incidents, then he can stop doing that dot and he can come out for that regression part or something like that. Hope that was answered.
Yeah. Thank you for adding your knowledge as well.
Thank you, Dave sir. This is Dr. Sandeep Bhatt.
Namaste, Sandeep ji. Namaste.
Ma'am, I
That was
have a
exactly.
question. I have another question. I have seen some people signing, but while signing, they don't use their, surname. They use a different name altogether.
Different name altogether.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Like, I know a person, she signed herself as Charvi Fairchild. Her full name is Charvi Jain. Okay, my relative.
So she's not writing her surname, but she's writing some other surname.
Yeah, she uses Fairchild. I don't know who this person is, but she signs it at Fairchild.
Sorry, ma'am, I will not be able to address this because I haven't come across any of these things and no idea about it.
Okay, sure. Does this
Yeah,
mean
good
that
evening,
she's
ma'am.
trying to be somebody different, not herself?
Maybe possible. Maybe she has got attached or she has got associated with someone, maybe, and she wants to give more importance to that person.
Okay.
Lina ma'am, this is Shashi. I'm just shown my signature on the webcam. Can you please see any correction?
I am able to see, but not very clear. But yes, your Shashi upper signature, SHI, right? Now the
Yes.
I is not clearly written, and
Yes.
S has to be little bigger than H as well. And the below signature, I will not recommend because it shows me some loop in S, right?
Pardon?
That the below signature is showing some loop in the S. That S is not clear to me. So I will not.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so I will not recommend the below one, but the upper one you can make S little more bigger than H. That is okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
This is Tulasi Priya. I normally sign as Priya only. So is it recommended to sign my full name, Tulasi Priya?
No, it's fine if you are okay with Priya.
Okay. And I also like go backward after Priya. I sign as Priya, go backward and come, and I put 2 dots below. So I think someone else asked before, no? So that can be avoided.
Yes.
Okay. So, but I always wanted to sign my full name. So can I change it to my full name with the T and P in caps?
Yeah, of course, why not?
Okay. Thank you so much.
Hello, ma'am. This is Anthony.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, tell me, sir.
Yeah, this is Anthony. I sign it as Anthony. My full name is Anthony Thompson D.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sign it as Anthony Thompson dot D. Is it correct?
Anthony, then
Anthony Thompson dot D.
dot D. And now what is this D in this? Is it your surname?
My father's name. Father's
Your
name.
father's.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Dot D. And then you, is it a capital D or small d?
Capital D.
Capital D. Okay. You want it? I mean, you want your father's name?
Yeah, is the yeah.
You want it?
Yeah.
Okay. So can we remove the dot from there and just put D and then just underline it?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I was just asking, is that correct or not?
Just remove the dot in between. That's it.
Okay.
Ma'am, Tulsi here again. Our last letter, say for example, my husband signs as Ravindran, that N goes, N stroke, no? So that goes down, a small N. It goes down and he gives a hyphen there.
No, goes down and gives hype. I didn't get it.
See, it is upward signature only. So that last letter is N, Ravindran. So that N goes, N small letter, no? So that stroke goes down. Down the signature. Yeah.
Down the signature. Okay, but is it a straight line?
Yeah, it's a straight line.
It's a straight line. And the letter is not actually falling. It's only the N, the stroke is going down.
Yeah, that stroke is going down.
It's okay. That shows he has got a lot of determination.
Okay.
Hello,
and
ma'am.
what is that hyphen for?
Sorry?
You can avoid. There's a hyphen next to that.
Yeah. Hyphen should be.
Okay, thank you.
Good evening, Lina ma'am.
Yeah, good evening.
Before joining this session, my signature was, you can see on my webcam.
Yeah, but sir, it is not very clear to me. I can't see it properly.
Okay, then no issue. I will forward you on personal.
Yeah, that will be better because I don't want to get into giving any wrong, this thing.
Exactly. I have done correction according to your suggestion.
So you can send me. You can
Yeah.
send me your new signature.
Okay, no problem. No problem.
Okay. Lina,
Madam,
could
can
you
you tell me your mail
please
ID,
type your
please?
email ID into your chat box because quite a number of them are
Yeah,
asked.
I will do that. 1 second.
Hello, Lina ma'am.
Yeah, tell me, ma'am.
This is Panchla here. Ma'am, actually, my sign is like P dot D dot and Gaikwad. These all initiative means P, D and G. I'm writing in capital letters. As you said that bigger than other letters, means 3 times bigger.
Ma'am, can you come back again? I was typing, so I couldn't.
Okay, this is means my name is Pansa Shila Dhyandev Gaikwad. I'm writing P D G. P dot D dot G. But P, D and G, it is bigger than others, means 3 times bigger than other letters. And in between P and D, I'm putting dot. Is it okay?
See, ma'am, I told that please avoid initials. So when you are not
Yes.
writing your full name and you're writing only surname, one second, hold on.
Also, my underline is also under my surname only. Is it okay then?
One moment. She's a little distracted right now. Just give her a moment, please.
Oh, yeah, my
Yes.
laptop was showing low battery actually.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, tell me.
So my underline is also under my surname only. So I have to put means for full over.
You yes, that's what I told. No, it's very important to give importance to yourself, right, ma'am? So if you write your name also along with the surname and then underline it, that will make a lot of difference.
But if I'm writing initiatives, it is okay, na?
Initials we generally don't prefer, but if you are okay with it, if you want to give more importance to your surname, and
actually my name is very, this spelling it is making very large my signature. That is why I'm putting initiatives.
yeah, but still I will not recommend.
Panchashila is, my name is very big. That is why
So
I'm
why not?
putting this.
Yeah, so if you're practicing your new signature, anyways, you're not going to use your new signature officially anywhere, right? So your new signature can be with only.
I appreciate your patience. Hello, Leena ma'am. This is JC Nandan Chawla from Karnal. It's been a wonderful session that you've conducted. What I am feeling right now is.
share screen में होगा camera on करके.
Hello.
Can we have one person talking, please? Yeah.
Yeah, is it? This is JC Nandan Chawla from Karnal. Can I talk? Yeah,
Yes,
Leena ma'am, can you hear it? Yeah, I just need to appreciate you for the patience you have shown. Exemplary patience. I suppose the things you needed to get cleared.
Somebody by name Shilpa and Oppo, can you mute yourself, please?
Yes, sir.
Mr. JC?
I think we lost him.
Hello. This is Hitesh Botra here.
Yeah, tell me, sir.
Yes, Hitesh.
It was very session. It was a lovely sessions, and this was interesting about my same topic. I am also in this field as a numerologer. I am doing this thing, studying all this thing very deeply. But what the explanation you have given in a nice way, and it was more learning about me for to have this session.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Can kindly you share your number also, ma'am?
I shared it.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Any other questions? We'll
Hello,
take only
ma'am.
2 questions now. Just 2 questions. Yes, please.
Okay. Can I
Hello,
go
ma'am.
ahead?
Yeah, tell me, ma'am.
I just wanted to inquire with regards to my husband. His name is Trilok Bajaj. I'll try to share the image. The thing is, he is overlapping his first initial, which is T, under his surname. You can check it if the screen is visible. Is it visible to you right now?
No, ma'am.
Is it visible? So what his name is Trilok Singh Bajaj. So what he does is Bajaj is the sign which he completely do it, and all the letters are joined. And the T, the only first upper part of the T is overlapping D, Bajaj. So it's not full T. The below line is not there. So if you can you view it right now?
No, ma'am, it's not actually visible. So it will be good if you can send me because I can't see absolutely. It's not clear.
There is overlapping of his first initial, which is T, and above his surname Bajaj. So I don't know if overlapping is a good idea to
Any
sign.
kind of overlapping is not a good idea.
Overlapping is not a good idea.
It creates confusion of interests. If you
What about his
overlap,
career? With regards to his career also, does it cause any influence in his career also?
yes.
Okay. So, I mean, is there any possibility where I can share the image personally to you, if possible?
I have given my WhatsApp number. You can send me there.
That will be great. Thank you, sir.
Okay, one last question for the session. Of course,
Madam, my wife writes her name with a yes.
No, actually, two people are talking. I can't make
one
it.
second.
Can I go ahead?
Yeah.
Yeah. My wife writes her name with a S. S is a bigger size than her next name. She strike out and she don't put any dots. But she has got a lot of career disturbance. What could be the reason? She need to change that.
Sir, I will advise just send me the image on my WhatsApp because then I need to see other things also. It's not only from the signature, but then maybe I will have to see handwriting also. So if you can send across the signature, I'll be able to tell you more about it.
Sure, sure. Thank you, madam. So nice of you.
So I guess I think so. These questions will always go on. But thank you very much, Lena, for this wonderful session. Well, Lena has also typed in her email ID on the chat. For all those who would like to send across your signature and have it verified, it's hello@lenasuneja.com, right?
Yes.
hello@lenasuneja.com.
Yes.
Okay. And so thank you very much. And in case there is a lot of demand, well, if you ask that, okay, we would like to have another session, we could plan out another session, maybe sometime later too, or maybe at some other time. Of course, so that depends purely on what is the kind of feedback you give us and your requirement. We would surely look into it. But as of now, thank you very much, Lena, for the wonderful session that you have undertaken. I'm sure it has been helpful to all who have been present. So numbers of Lena Suneja are on the screen. Either you can connect with her or you can connect with me in case you would like to give your feedback or you want to have another session on signature analysis or handwriting analysis. Or if you want to post any of your queries, please do so. All right.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much for organizing this program.
Thank you very much.
Elroy. Thank you so much. Thank you to all the participants. Even I had wonderful time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank
Yes,
you
yes.
and hope to
Thank you
see
so
all
much,
of you
ma'am.
tomorrow once again. Tomorrow we will also look at how color profiling helps human behavior.
Thank you so much.
So we have a facilitator, Mr. Anand Atur, who's going to lead this session. That's color profiling and how it affects human behavior. So hope to see all
what
of
time
you
it will be?
ID.
7:30.
Mention the
On the
Sir,
same
where
ID.
will we get the link?
Different ID. So one, you could connect with me on the number in case you are not getting it through Facebook or LinkedIn. My number is mentioned on the screen, 8169-587-632. Please connect with me on WhatsApp and I will send you the link or the details so you will get it for sure.
Can you please tell the number once again?
8169-587-632.
Pardon?
It's on the screen.
Okay, thank you. Got it.
Can't
Thank you.
able to see it.
Hello.
Hello. Can you see this one? Okay, let me.
Elroy, it's not in the screen, Elroy.
Oh.
Yeah, now it's
Can you just write it now?
now it's
Sorry. Okay. So now it's on the screen. Okay. So it's 8169-587-632.
587.
8169-587-632. All right. And if you connect with us, you'll also get recordings of all the sessions in the past in case you missed any session and you would like to know about it. Please connect with me, and we want to make sure that the learning hour is actually of great value to all of you out there. So thank you very much, Lena Suneja, once again, and thank you all of you for coming and attending the session. Hope to see all of you at 7:30 p.m. tomorrow too. All
Can
right.
we get recording access of this today's program?
You will. So you'll have to connect with me,
Okay,
and
right.
I'll send it on the drive. You'll have to download it from the drive.
Okay, right. Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks,
Thank you very
Gonsalves.
much.
Thank you. It was
Yes.
good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you
Uh,
so
Hello,
much.
hello,
Yes. Yes.
hello, hello,
Yes.
hello. So this is Kashmira. Please kindly share your number. Actually, I
It's on the
missed it
screen.
because. Hello.
It's on the screen.
Yeah, on the screen. On the screen.
So what's a good name if
It's above the number. Elroy Gonsalves.
Elroy? Okay, fine. Thank you so much.
All right.
Yeah.
So thank you very much once again, and we shall now disconnect and end this meeting. Hope to see all of you once again tomorrow and every weekday. We are off on Sundays. We take a break so that you also can take a break. And we are here from Monday to Saturday. All right.
Yeah, thank you so
Thank
much.
you very
See you
much.
all.
Good
Thank you.
night.